Worshipping in your mind at the Guru's feet gives you the blessing to make your life complete.
Dear brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Professor Dr. Vigneshwaran Krishnan, who will be conducting this evening's puja, followed by a short talk. Dr. Vic is our Region 3 Spiritual Coordinator. Dr. Vic holds 2 PhDs, one in e-commerce law from Cambridge University and the other in Vedantic philosophy from the Oxford Institute of Sanskrit Studies, Oxford University. While a practicing barrister and professor of law, he is the current Hindu chaplain for Cambridge University. Over the past 20 years, he has spoken of and conducted study circles on our beloved Swami's teachings in the UK, Malaysia, USA, Europe, Thailand, Singapore, India, Sri Lanka and Nepal. We welcome Dr. Vic. Jai Sai Ram.
Worshipping in your mind at the Guru's
Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Gananan Tva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatha Anashrunvanno Devisse Dasadanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vaje Virbhajini Vati Dinama Mitrayavato Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswatyai Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirviknam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvadha Om Karam Bildu Sanyuktam Nityam Dhyayati Yoginaha Kamadam Mokshadam Chaiva Omkaraya Namo Namaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Baldo Chasakha Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Ya Kundendu Tusharahara Davana Ya Shubra Vastramrita Ya Veena Varadanda Malditakara Ya Shweta Padmasana Ya Brahmachyuta Shankara Prabhutibhir Devyai Sadha Valdita Samam Pato Saraswati Bhagavati Nishesha Jatyapaha Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bargo devasya dhimahi धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् ॐ हरि ओम तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु Swagatam, Namo Namaha. Welcome to this Krishna Janmashtami celebration where we are going to be embarking on doing a small Pushpamala Puja for Lord Krishna. Now, we will start with obviously a small Ganesha Puja to install Lord Ganesha and to seek his grace and guide in order to keep us focused so that there are no obstacles that befall us as we tread this puja until we come to its end. So what we will do is first we will have the Ganesha Puja, we will install him, and then we will slowly move on to the 108 names of Lord Krishna. Now, what will happen there is, as I recite the 108 names, for each name, for example, if I say Om Sri Krishnaya Namaha, you will say Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha in your own houses, in front of your own altar, in front of your own murtis. So I would have recited these 108 names, and you, on your part, would have recited 108 Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha. Okay? So anyway, I will explain that just before I start. And after that, we will have one Krishna Ashtakam offering to Lord Krishna on the occasion of his birthday, and then we will offer him the prasad and do arati before I give a short discourse on the inner significance of Krishna Janmashtami, and then we will move on with the program. After that, there are 2 or 3 other programs to follow immediately after the puja. So hopefully you will stay with us throughout. Sai Ram. Harihi Om Ganana Antva Ganapati Havaamahe Kavim Kaveena Upamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspadana Shanvanno Divispeda Sadhanam Om Mahaganapataye Namaha Om Sri Mahaganapataye Namaha Om Padayoga Vakyam Samarpayami Om Simhaganapataye Namaha Om Astayoga Arkyam Samarpayami Om Simhaganapataye Namaha Om Ratna Simhasanam Samarpayami Om Simhaganapataye Namaha Om Ajapaniyam Samarpayami Om Simhaganapataye Namaha Om Snanam Samarpayami Om Simhaganapataye Namaha Om Snananantaram Ajapaniyam Samarpayami Om Simhaganapataye Namaha Om Vastra Yajñopavita Udaraya Vanartha Akshadam Samarpayami Om Simhaganapataye Namaha Om Gandham Samarpayami Gandhadvaram Duradarsham Nityapushtam Garishini Evishwarigum Sarvabhutanam Tamiho Bhakvaye Shriyam Om Simhaganapataye Namaha Om Haritra Kumkumachurnam Samarpayami Om Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhake Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Om Simhaganapataye Namaha Om Phalam Samarpayami Om Simhaganapataye Namaha Om Pushpam Samarpayami Om Simhaganapataye Namaha Om Devi Samarpayami Om Simhaganapataye Namaha Om Shodasanamachara Pujam Ahamadya Karishye Om Gam Sumukaya Namaha Om Gam Yekarantaya Namaha Om Gam Kabilaya Namaha Om Gam Gajagannagaya Namaha Om Gam Lambodharaya Namaha Om Gam Vikadaya Namaha Om Gam Viknarajaya Namaha Om Gam Vinayakaya Namaha Om Gam Dhumraketave Namaha Om Gam Ganadakshaya Namaha Om Gam Balachandraya Namaha Om Gam Surpagannaya Namaha Om Gam Erambaya Namaha Om Gam Skandapurvajaya Namaha Om Gam Vaktratundaya Namaha Om Gam Erambaya Namaha Om Gam Skandapurvajaya Namaha Om Vigneshwaraya Namaha Om Nanavidha Parimalapatra Pushpan Jalim Samarpayami Om Simhaganapataye Namaha Om Shodasanamachara Pujam Samaptham Harihi Om Harihi Om Om Simhaganapataye Namaha Om Dhupam Samarpayami साङ्गं कुक्कुलोपेदं सुगन्धं च मनोहरं माग्रेय सर्वदेवानां सुगन्धधूपमाग्रापयामे धूपमाग्रापयामे ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः ओम दीपं समर्पयामि ओम साज्यं सुपत्ति संयुक्तं मन्यनायोजितं मया नभानमङ्गलादीपं त्रैलोक्यतिमिरापः मङ्गलदीपं सन्दर्शयामि ओम प्रत्यक्षदीपं दर्शयामि ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः ओम कर्पूराराति समर्पयामि ओम कुबेराय वैश्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः ओम ध्यानमन्त्रं समर्पयामि ओम भद्रं कर्णे विष्णुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः षष्ठभागं सस्तनूभिः यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूष्या विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं दत्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं कल्पितं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं हृदं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवधाधारम् अवधाधारम् अवानुचानम् अवशिष्यम् अवपश्चातात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोदरातात् अवदक्षिणातात् अवचोद्वातात् अवादरातात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वा आत्पदानि त्वं त्रयत्रयातीतः त्वम् अवस्थात्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मास्त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वं इन्द्रस्त्वं अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवत्सुवरों गणादीं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादीं तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारः परतरः अर्धेन तुलसितं तारेण रुद्रम् एतत्तव मनुष्वरूपं ककारपूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्च आन्त्यरूपं बिन्दुरुत्तररूपं नागसन्धानं सगुंहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेश विद्या कनक ऋषिः नित्यगायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ओम गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणं कृतं च वरदं हस्ते विप्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च शस्यादौ प्रकृतेः पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो प्रमदपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमदपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुदाय श्री वरदमूर्ताये नमो नमः ओम श्री महागणपतये नमो नमः ओम अक्षदं समर्पयामि ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः ओम नालिकेलताम्बूलं समर्पयामि ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकल्पवन्दनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ओम ह्रीं नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमो नमः महागणपतये नमः ओम नालिकेलगण्डताम्बूलं फलं समर्पयामि Om. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Saisha Sharanam Sharanam Saisha
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 Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Saisha Sharanam Sharanam Saisha
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 Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Hरि Om Namo Pata Samasta Dakshayadhara Sri Parameshwara Prityartham Sri Bhargavati Devi Prasada Siddhartham Sri Lakshmi Narayana Gopala Krishna Murthaye Namo Namaha Om Asya Jamanasya Sagala Satyasai Shwara Bhaktanam Jananam Shagala Shemastairya Dhairya Virya Vijayarulayokkya Aishwaryanam Abhivrityartham Sagala Dukkha Daritra Dosha Papa Pida Kama Krodha Lobha Moha Marma Manamatsya Ahamkara Harai Sagala Kari Jaya Prapti Siddhirastu Sagala Kari Anugulya Siddhirastu Sagala Kari Mangalava Prapti Siddhirastu Asya Sri Krishna अष्टोत्तर शतनामावली जपपरायणम श्री पुष्पमाला पूजां करिष्ये श्री कृष्णाष्टकम स्तोत्र माला जपपरायणम करिष्ये श्री कृष्णा भजनावली नामं जपम अहमद्य करिष्ये हरि ओम Now that we have installed Lord Ganesha, we've come to a part and we've done the Sankalpa. I've done a general Sankalpa for all Sai devotees all over the world, including you, including me, and all the Sai devotees. Sarva Satya Sai Bhakthanam Jananam. So what will happen now is we will recite the 108 names of Lord Krishna. As I recite the main name, each one of you in your own homes, in front of your own altar, in front of the Murti, right, you will recite Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha, and with the word Namaha, please offer a flower or a petal at Krishna's feet. Or if you don't have Krishna, you have Swami's photo or Swami's feet, you can also do it on there. As I've said before, when you do pujas, you will end the name of gods with the word Namaha, and when you do Havan, you will end the offering with Swaha. Namaha means na mamaha, which means not my doing, not my deed, it is thy will. So it is your will that is making me do whatever I'm doing. So namaha, namaha, namaha is for for you to constantly repeat and reinforce that nothing happens without his will. So we will do that now. We'll just get Ganapati out of the way. So we're going to start the 108 names now. As I recite the 108 names, please, if you could just repeat Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha after each name. And as we put, when you say Klim Krishnaya Namaha, with Namaha, please offer a flower or a petal at Krishna or the deity that you are currently worshipping. Om Nama Brahmaya Devaya Ko Brahmana Hridayaya Se Jagadidhaya Krishnaya Sri Govindaya Namo Namaha. Harihi Om Asya Sri Krishna Stotra Shadhanamavali Javaparayanam Mahamadya Karishe. Harihi Om. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Om Klim
Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Kamalanathaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Vasudevaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Sanatanaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Vasudevatmajaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Punyaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Leela Manusha Vigrahaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Srivasa Kaustubhaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Yashoda Varshataya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Haraya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Chaturpujata Shaktasi Gada Shankacharya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Devaki Nandanaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Sridaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Nanda Gopa Priyatmajaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Yamuna Vega Samharine Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Balapatra Priyayunajaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Pudana Jivadha Haraye Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Sakala Sura Banjanaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Nanda Praja Jananandanaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Satchidananda Vigrahaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Navanida Viluktantaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Navanida Nathaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Anakaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Mukundaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Navanida Navaharaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Swadashatri Sahasrayashaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Tribankine Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Madhurahridayaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Sugavaga Mridapayanaye Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Govindaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Yoginampataye Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Vatsapalacharaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Anantaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Tenukasurabanjanaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Tinigita Tarunavartaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Jamala Arjuna Banjanaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Uttara Dalapratte Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Shamala Gomla Hridaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Gopaswamiye Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Yogine Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya
Om
Namaha.
Kodi Surya Samaprabhaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Yitpataye Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Paramajodishaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Yadha Vindraya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Yadotvahaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Vanamaline Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Pidavasase Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Parijata Bharaya Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Govardhana Najalohara Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Gopala Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Sarvapalaka Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Ajaya Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Niranjana Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Kamajanaka Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Kanchalochana Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Madukne Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Madura Natha Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Baline Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Vrindavandana Sancharine Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Tulsi Thama Bhushana Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Siyavanda Gamanahatre
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Narayanatmaka Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Kubja Krishna Prathaya Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Mahine
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Paramapurusha Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Mushtika Chura Chanura Malyukta Vishara Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Samsara Vyaharine Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Kamsara Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Murara
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Narakantaka
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Anadi Brahmacharine
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Krishnaya Sanatkashana Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Shishupala Shirachatre Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Duryodhana Kulantara Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Vidura Paradhaya Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Vishwarupa Pradaraksha Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Satyavasase
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Satyasankalpaya Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Satyabhamarataye
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Jaine Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Subhadra Purvachaya
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Krishnave
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Bhishma Mukti Pradayakaya
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Jagatpurave
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Jagannathaya
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Venunatha Visharathaya
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Rishabhashura Vidvamashine
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Banasura Harantakaye
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Yudhishthira Pradhishtare
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Barhibharga Vadavashyaye
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Pavarta Sarathaye
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya
Om
Namaha.
Avyaktaye
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya
Om
Namaha.
Geethamrita Mahothaye
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya
Om
Namaha.
Kalikalvashanaye Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya
Om
Namaha.
Srivathambujaye
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Damodaraye
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Yajna Bhogave
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Danavendra Vinashakaya
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Narayanaya
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Parabrahmane
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Pannagashana Vahanaya
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Jaikrita Samshakta Gopi Vastraharaya
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Punya Shlokaya
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya
Om
Namaha.
Tirthapathaya
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Veda Vedhaya
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Dayanidhaye
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Sarvatirthamakaya
Om Shri
Namaha.
Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Sarvakruparine
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Klim Krishnaya
Om
Namaha.
Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Sri Paratpara Sri Krishna Paramatmana Namo Namaha.
Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha.
Om Bhugi Prasamayuktam Nagavalli Tuledam Kalpurna Surna Samyuktam Paladham Bhulam Samarpayame. Om. If you have any prasad that you have homemade prasad or home cooked prasad, you may offer it to Lord Krishna now. Hold that up. Om Pranaya Swaha, Om Apanaya Swaha, Om Udhanaya Swaha, Om Samanaya Swaha, Om Brahmane Swaha, Om Tatsavithorvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Na Prachodayat Devo Mapo Jyotipraso Amritam Mahanevedyam Nivedayame Nivedhyanantaram Achamaniyam Samarpayame Jalebi Gulab Jamun Vadai Samarpayame Om Asya Shri Krishnashtakam Stotramala Javaparayanam Karishye Harihi Om.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् अटसि पुष्पसङ्काशं हारनूपुरशोभितं रत्नकङ्गनकेयूरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् कुटिलालकसंयुक्तं पूर्णचन्द्रनिबाणनं विलसकुण्डलधरं देवं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे मन्दारगन्धसंयुक्तं चारुहासं चतुर्भुजं बर्हिपिञ्चवचूडाङ्गं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् उत्पुलपद्मपत्राक्षं नीलजिह्मुतसन्निभं यादवानं शिरोरत्नं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् रुक्मिणीकेलिसंयुक्तं पीताम्बरं सुशोभितम् अवाप्तं तुलसीगन्धं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे गोपिकानां कुशद्वन्द्वं कुङ्कुमाङ्कितवक्षसं श्रीनिकेतं महेश्वासं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् श्रीवत्साङ्गमहोरस्तं वनमाला विराजितं शङ्खचक्रधरं देवं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्णाष्टकमिदं पुण्यं प्रतरुताय यः पठेत् कोटिजन्म कृतं पापं स्मरेणेन विनाश्यति ॐ अन्यदा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष साईश्वरः
हरि ओम तत्सत् श्री कृष्णाय नमो नमः। ओम कृष्णाष्टकं समाप्तं। हरि ओम हरि ओम। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Madhava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Raghuveera Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Madhava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Raghuveera Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Madhava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Raghuveera Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Madhava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Raghuveera Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Yopam Pushpam Veda Pushpavan Prajavan Vashuman Bhavati Chandramapa Apam Pushpam Pushpavan Prajavan Vashuman Bhavati Ya evam Veda Yopamayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Om Tatsatri Krishnaya Namo Namaha Om Vedotra Mantra Pushpanjalim Samarpayami Om Agnimele Purohitam Yajnasya Deva Mrityujam Odhadaram Ratnadadamam Hari Om Shed Bhodvedhyo Vayavasto Devo Vatsavitat Prarthana Sheshtamanaya Karmane Hari Om Agnaya Vidaye Gnano Apyadadehe Nihoda Sakshi Bhargisi Hari Om Sanno Devi Ravishtayabo Bhavantu Vidaye Sanyo Ravishtavantanaha Hari Om Sri Chaturveda Mantra Parayanam Sampurnam Om Ajatira. You can now show Arati after you've offered Pushpam. You can show Arati. Om Rajadi Rajaya Prasanya Saine Namo Vayam Vaishnavanaya Gunmahe Samem Kamam Kamakaya Mahyam Kameshwaro Vaishvano Dadato Kuberaya Vaishnavanaya Maharajaya Namaha Uttradaya Mantra Pushpanjalim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Jana Vallabhaya Namo Namaha Harihi Om Sairam. So we've completed the beautiful Krishna Pushpamala Puja, this offering pushpas of flowers, with the recitation of the 108 names of Krishna. And of course, you yourselves in your respective homes have recited the Klim Krishnaya Namaha 108 times. Right? Now, just a 10-minute talk on the inner significance of Krishna Janmashtami. Why is it called Janmashtami? Right? Firstly, Krishna was born on the 8th day of the lunar calendar of the dark fortnight. The 8th day is always called Ashtami, right? Ekadashi, Dwadashi, Triyodashi, Chaturdashi, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami, Ashtami. 8th day is Ashtami, 9th day is Navami, 10th day is Dashami, right? Like that, he was born on Ashtami. And it was the most darkest phase of the moon. called Amavas, like that. And if you look at Rama, Rama was born on Navami, which is a brighter side. So one is bright, one is dark. Both have got their respective significance, but as far as Krishna is concerned, you've got to look at it from a scientific perspective, right? So if you look at Krishna's mother, Devaki, right? She represents the body, and Krishna's father, Vasudeva, represents the prana or breath. So when the breath is in alignment with the body begets joy. Therefore, when Vasudeva was in alignment as prana with body, who was Devaki, the end result was Krishna, whose joy or happiness. So when the significance is when prana and body are in alignment, are in harmony, you will be in a state of joy. So that's one aspect of Krishna which represents joy or happiness. Then, of course, we have the great Kamsa. Now, Kamsa here, he was the evil uncle who wanted to murder. If you see the first verse of the Krishna Ashtakam, Vasudeva Vasutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam, right? Why Kamsa wanted to kill? Because Kamsa represents the ego. That which disturbs the ego most is joy or happiness, or someone being in a state of bliss the ego will not like. Therefore, Kamsa here represents the ego who wanted to ensure that Krishna was not, taking birth, because Krishna was meant to kill him or bring him to a state of realization. Now, Krishna is also known as Makana Chora. Makana Chora means one who steals butter, right? So what is the significance? Where do you get butter from? You get it by churning the milk, then the milk becomes the curd. Then, of course, continuous churning will result in butter. Now, here, the three things, right? Milk, curd, butter. This represents body, mind, and intellect. So the more you churn the body, right, to be away from the moha vasanas, the more you are channeling your mind towards the intelligence, at which point Krishna will come and steal that butter, which is the intelligence, right? So that is what Makana Chora actually means, right? Is Manaka Chora. That means one who steals the mind of devotees. That's why people go crazy. Like you see, Meera was completely won over by Krishna, and she was completely lost in herself, in her bhakti. The word Krishna itself, apart from meaning dark, it has three different name significance, right? The first one is Krishyati itihi Krishna. Krishyati itihi Krishna means one who has the capacity to enable, right? Krishyati, Karishyati, right? Like that. Then the second one is Karishyati iti Krishna. Karishyati iti Krishna. Karishyati means one who has the power to attract. And you know how attractive Krishna can be, just the name Krishna. Krishna means the beautiful darkness, right? That which encompasses everything completely, right? So Karishyati iti Krishna. And then the third one is Kushyati iti Krishna. So Karishyati, Karishyati, and Kushyati. Kushyati means kush. Kush means happiness, fun, joy, that kind of thing. So Krishna means three things. One, when worship, he enables you. Number two, he enables attraction. And of course, he enables kush or joy. So when you worship Krishna, he enables you, right? He makes you attractive, or he makes himself attractive towards you in your worship of him. And thirdly, he gives you joy as a result of that worship or that endeavor or that experience. Now, Krishna also, if you go back to the Mahabharata, right? There was a time before the actual war when Krishna actually took Arjuna and showed him, this is the battlefield of Kurukshetra. This is where we are going to be doing battle with, the Kauravas and all of that. And he actually wanted to test, because Krishna is God, he wanted to test whether Arjuna was capable. Remember, I said, Krishyati itihi Krishna, one who enables. So in order for him to enable Arjuna to be in a position to receive the Bhagavad Gita, which was going to be the Gita Upadesha, which was going to take place on the first day of the war, right? He wanted to test Arjuna. So he took Arjuna and he pointed to a tree and he asked Arjuna, what do you see on that tree? What is that bird? Is it a beautiful parrot? And Arjuna says, yes, Lord Krishna, this is a parrot. And Krishna says, no, I don't think you're looking at it properly. Look properly. I think it's a crow. And then Krishna says, I think it's a crow. And Arjuna says, of course, my lord, it is a crow. And then Krishna says, what? You can't see? What are you looking at? I'm talking about this bird. It looks like a dove. And you're telling me it's a crow. Yes, Bhagavan, it's a crow. It's a dove now. And then Krishna says, why is it that you don't tell me what you think it is, but you keep repeating whatever I say, that is the object that you're looking at? He says, then Arjuna repeats to him, Bhagavan, you are Lord, and I see you as that one Lord who has no second, who has no other. Therefore, whatever you say, that is what it is. Right? So, itihi paribhavyaha. He said, this is exactly what it is. Itihi hasam. He said, if you say it's a crow, it's a crow. If you say it's a dove, it's a dove. If you say it's a parrot, it's a parrot. Who am I to challenge you? You are the creator. You are Krishna. Then Krishna realized, okay, you have the right mindset. So tomorrow, I know I am able to give you the Bhagavad Gita. And that was how the Lord tests you. Even though you are capable, he will enable you so that you can go through the test, right? That's why Krishna has given that grand assurance, right? He says, Name Brahmane Pranashyati. That means he's saying, none of my devotees, not one of my devotees will endure suffering or sorrow if they completely surrender to me, right? Manotyagaha, right? That means you surrender your mind completely to me and I will take over, right? Just like Bhagavan said, Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam. So surrender your mind at the feet of the Lord. So in that way, on this wonderful day of Krishna Jayanti, let us pray. The darkness that Krishna is always pictured in, that is the darkness of the doshas. Your kama, your krodha, your lobha, your moha, your mada, your mamada, your matsarya, your hamkara. All this is represented in the darkness. But Krishna himself is wisdom personified, intelligence personified. So whilst we may portray on the outward looking as dark or, unattractive, the Krishna, the darkness itself is an attractive feature. But a lot of them think darkness is not. So don't let the darkness cloud your wisdom and your intelligence that should come out in the same way Krishna was. So that darkness is only external, right? What is internal is completely different. Okay, so let's just say a prayer to conclude this puja, and then I'll hand over back to Brother Ganesh for him to continue with the rest of the proceedings. Thank you very much for joining, and I hope Krishna blesses you, with everything. Atha Sri Krishna Pujam Samaptham Dhanam Dhanyam Pasum Bahuputra Labham Satasamvatsaram Dirghamayuhu Sagala Saubhagya Siddhirastu Sagala Karya Jaya Prapti Siddhirastu Sagala Karya Anugulya Siddhirastu Sagala Karya Mangala Va Prapti Siddhirastu Hari Om Hari Om Anyada Sharanam Nasti Tvameva Sharanam Mama Tasmat Karunya Bhavena Raksha Raksha Narayana Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Sai Ishwararpanamastu Astiga Namo Namaha Shubhamastu. Brother Ganesh, back to you, sir.
Dear brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. I would now like to welcome Sister Savona Moodley to talk to us about the evolving relationship fostered with the British Red Cross. Sister Savona currently serves as our Deputy Young Adult Coordinator for Region 3, having previously served as the Young Adult Coordinator for Milton Keynes Sai Centre. Savona has been in the Sai fold since birth. We welcome Sister Savona. Jai Sai Ram.
I offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. I would like to thank Swami profusely for allowing me the opportunity to talk about my experiences while serving in his divine organization through various initiatives with the British Red Cross. Swami says, if you lift the hand to serve, to help, to console, to encourage another man, you are lifting it for God. For God is in every man. Did you know that 79.5 million people have been displaced globally in 2020? Syria continues to be the largest forcibly displaced population of any country, with 6.6 million international refugees and more than 6 million internally displaced people. I thought I would share an example of how Swami's love flowed through his devotees through various initiatives. I will also touch upon the organization's long-standing relationship with the British Red Cross. Many of you may or may not know about the Just One House project that was completed in 2017 by Milton Keynes Sai Centre and in 2018 by Region 3. This was a beautiful initiative whereby we were given the responsibility and duty of creating a home for a displaced family who had forgotten what it was like to have a home. So just to give you all a bit of background as to how this journey started. Back in 2017, I had the privilege of visiting the Nobel Peace Center in Norway. I was aware at the time that there was a crisis in Syria, but I wasn't sure what the extent or the gravity behind the situation. After seeing various pictorial references and videos, it really brought home the message and the gravity of the situation. I came home and decided to research how we can make a difference. And upon my research, I discovered that in 2017, approximately 16.2 million people were displaced from their homes, requiring humanitarian assistance. It was time for us to find out how we could satisfy the need within our community and make a difference. I contacted a founding member of our Sai Centre and an elder, Uncle Suresh, and broached the subject with him. He advised me to contact the British Red Cross and Milton Keynes Council. He also told me about the Just One House initiative and advised me to seek further information on how we could take this project forward. I did just that, and after a series of planning meetings and training sessions with the British Red Cross, Milton Keynes Sai Centre was ready to take this project forward. Milton Keynes Council had given us the keys for an empty house just 3 weeks before the family were to arrive in the United Kingdom. Within a matter of days, the entire centre came together to make this house a home. Every little detail was taken care of by the members of the centre. Although this was a YA-led initiative, it involved the entire centre, from the elderly to the SSE children. The SSE children dipped into their Ceiling on Desire funds to provide items and supplies for the families and for the house. Swami often says, anything can be achieved with unity. Take, for example, the 5 fingers in the hand. It is only when the 5 fingers join together that we can accomplish any task. Here, the wings of the organization and the center came together to complete this project. Afterwards, I had the opportunity to meet the family once they had settled in their new home. They could not speak English, so we needed the help of a translator. The father told me that the presence of God can be felt in this house. He was so confused and moved that the organization could do so much for them without even knowing them. He asked me a bit more about the organization, and I began to tell him. I even showed him a picture of Swami, telling him that this was our guru. And to my utter amazement, he told me that he had previously seen a photograph of Swami before. I thought I would also share an incident with you. The entire center had been praying for the well-being and protection of this family. On a Thursday evening, I called the family and asked them if they would like to attend the local mosque on Friday. They were so glad and agreed that they would go. I arranged an Uber for them and asked the driver to drop them off at the mosque. About half an hour later, I received a call from the driver, and I assumed something was wrong, but he said nothing was wrong. He just wanted to inform me that he would now be taking the family to the mosque every Friday without fail, free of charge. And he was glad and thankful that Allah has given him the opportunity to serve his brothers. That is how Swami takes care of his children. This was proof that if you leave everything to him and surrender completely to him, every action, every thought, and every word, he takes over and he produces the most beautiful results. Further to that, in 2018, we worked again with the British Red Cross to provide a regional dental health awareness day for the newly arrived families in Milton Keynes. The dedication and the commitment of the dentists from coming far and wide was inspiring. We had one particular dentist who was heavily pregnant and knew that she would have to be on her feet the entire day, but that didn't stop her. She was more determined to carry out Swami's work efficiently. That is the amount of dedication that we have in our organization. In 2019, we worked on providing toiletries and non-perishable items for the settled families in Milton Keynes, along with the support of the Red Cross. In 2020, we are now starting a new initiative which is meant to restore old PCs and laptops to distribute to the refugee community so that the children can continue their online education. These various initiatives have enabled us to strengthen and foster our relationship with the Red Cross. They have mentioned to me various times that they have not come across an organization that is so dedicated and so committed and always so willing to serve. Every task that they take on is done so efficiently and so perfectly. As a young adult, these initiatives have taught me a great deal, especially in my capacity as a YA coordinator. It has allowed me to discover myself and experience Swami through service. I developed my leadership skills and my project management skills through these projects. I learned how to build and foster key relationships both within the organization and externally. We are so fortunate to be able to serve under the banner of this sacred organization. Therefore, my plea to all young adults: you should never feel afraid to find and introduce new initiatives which can assist us in satisfying the need in our local communities. I've realized that many a time we believe that we are the doers, but these initiatives show you that if you surrender everything to Swami, he takes over and his divine hand can be seen in the final product. Currently, we are in talks with the Red Cross to explore other opportunities on how we can take things further on a national level. So please watch this space, and of course make sure you keep your eyes out in the communication channels. And if you have any questions, please reach out to Brother Ganesh. Swami says, service expresses the divinity hidden in man. It broadens one's heart and it gives delight. the evil qualities and tendencies in us can be driven away through service. Therefore, my dearest brothers and sisters, let us continue to expand our hearts and let us continue to serve together as one family. Jai Sai Ram.
What is the purpose of life?
What is the purpose of life?
Any question వేసుకో.
Put a question yourself.
తినటమా?
Is it eating?
నిద్రించటమా?
Is sleeping?
లేక ఇంకేమైనా ఆనందంగా అనుభవించటమా?
Or is anything mere enjoyment?
త్రాగటమా?
Drinking?
Not this.
Not this.
ఖానా పీనా సోనా మర్నా. ఇంతేనా?
So drinking and eating and ultimately dying.
కట్టేపడికి చావటమేనా మన యొక్క ఏం?
Is it our aim to die ultimately?
Purpose of life అంటే తనను తాను తెలుసుకోవటం, అది purpose of life.
The purpose of life is to know one's own self.
First question వేసుకో.
First put a question
Who
yourself.
am I? Who am I? Who am I?
Put a question to yourself. Who am I?
ఆ క్వశ్చన్ ను దూరం చేసుకుంటున్నారు.
You are away from that question.
Who are you? Where did you come from? What is your name? ఇది అడుగుతున్నారు కానీ who am I? Who am I? ఎవరైనా వేసుకుంటున్నారా క్వశ్చన్?
We have forgotten our true identity. We go on questioning, who are you? What's your name? Where do you come from? Do you ever question yourself, who am I?
బయట వారు ఏ విధంగా హూ ఆమ్ ఐ మొట్టమొదటి తనను తాను తెలుసుకోవాలి.
Outsiders may say any 1,000 things, but know who am I.
నీవెవరో నీకు తెలుసుకుంటే అతనెవరో నీకు తెలిసిపోతుంది.
If you know yourself, you know the other man.
I am man, he is also man.
I am man, he is also a man.
I am God, he is also God.
I am God, he is also God.
ఇంత సులభంగా తెలిసిపోతుంది.
It's quite an easy way.
తనను తాను తెలుసుకోలేనటువంటి వాడే ఇతరులను నిందించటము, ఇతరులను దూషించటము, ఇతరులను పరిహసించటము, ఇతరులను నొప్పించటము.
The one who does not know one's own self goes on accusing, goes on criticizing, goes on harming others.
కనుక మొట్టమొదట మనలో మనకు ప్రేమను పెంచుకోవాలి.
Therefore we should develop love within ourselves.
సత్య, ధర్మ, శాంతి, ప్రేమ.
The human values satya, dharma, shanti, prema.
ఇవి 5 వేళ్ళు.
Here are 5 fingers.
సత్య, ధర్మ, శాంతి, ప్రేమ, అహింస.
The 5 fingers, satya, dharma, shanti, prema, ahimsa.
ఈ 5 ఏకమైనప్పుడే నేను ఈ టంబ్లర్ను పట్టుకోవడానికి వీలవుతుంది.
When all the 5 fingers act together, you can hold the tumbler.
ఇది ఒక వేలుతో పట్టుకోవడానికి అవుతుందా?
Can you catch hold of it with one finger?
లేక ఇంకో వేలుతో పట్టుకోవడానికి అవుతుందా?
Can you point with the pointed finger?
కనుక అన్నిటినీ చేర్చి మనము ఇదే హ్యూమన్ వాల్యూ.
We should join all the 5 fingers, that is human value.
5 fingers ను సెపరేట్ చేయకండి.
Never separate 5 fingers.
ఈ 5 fingers కు కోఆపరేషన్ ఇవ్వాలి.
There should be cooperation among the 5 fingers.
ఆపరేషన్.
It's only cooperation, not operation.
కోఆపరేషన్ కావాలి.
Cooperation is needed.
ఇది సరైనటువంటి ధర్మము.
This is true dharma.
ఈ విధమైనటువంటి ఐకమత్యమే మానవుని యొక్క జీవితము.
The unity is true human life.
ఈ ఐకమత్యమే మానవ జీవితానికి ఒక గమ్యము.
The unity is the goal of life.
అప్పుడే దివ్యత్వానికి ఒక చేరిక.
That ensures unification with the divinity.
కనుక అందరూ ఐకమత్యంగా ఉంటుండాలి.
Therefore all should be united.
అందరూ ఒక జీవిత సమస్యను మనం పరిహారం చేయాలి.
We should also solve the problem of
ఈనాటి
life.
పిల్లలను మనం పెద్దగా పెంచి వారిని సరైన ఆదర్శవంతమైనటువంటి దేశ నాయకులుగా తయారు చేయాలి.
We should rear our children and see that they'll be ideal leaders of this
పిల్లవాడికి
country.
కూడా నువ్వు ఇంటిలో వంటిలో ఎక్కడ చూసినా ఈ యొక్క హ్యూమన్ వాల్యూను వాళ్ళకి చెప్పాలి.
So we should tell the human value either at home or outside.
Sairam, my name is Sharanya and I am an SSC Guru and the SSC Coordinator at Walthamstow Sai Centre. I feel very blessed that I get to see and be a part of the children's journey with Swami as their gurus, and watching them grow into these prime examples of Swami's disciples is very fulfilling, because I see glimpses of Swami in them through the way that they speak and act, and even about hearing their own thought processes. So I know that Swami is guiding me through these experiences with his own grace, and that everything that all the gurus and SSC coordinators are doing behind the scene is worthwhile. My own personal journey in the SSC fold is somewhat different because I am so young. So I started teaching just after university when I was 22, and I became an SSC coordinator 2 years ago. So these opportunities fell into my lap due to the current situations at the time. But because I was so young, I did not feel like I was capable, or if I knew enough, or even if I was a good enough person or Swami's disciple to be a role model for these children, because I myself was still learning as a young adult and was still on my own journey to practicing Swami's teachings. So this was something that was always on my mind. But I still remember a specific moment in a teacher's training session in 2018 where there was another SSC guru that was around my age, and she had the same concerns that she raised. And a fellow SSC coordinator responded by asking, if Swami has put you on this path himself, why would you question it? Because he does everything for a reason and he knows what's best all the time. And this completely changed my outlook to everything. And for me, it was the start of my own reconnection and journey with Swami, because it rekindled my faith by constantly having to think about Swami and doing all of this work behind the scenes with the children and with the other SC coordinators. And because I was actively now doing things for Swami, it made me feel so much more closer to God. and it helped me practice constantly thinking about him, constantly reflecting on my own actions and thinking, you know, how would the children react if they saw me acting like this, or is this what I would want the children that I'm teaching to be like as well? So it's really helped me shape my own faith and messages of Swami that are instilled in me. So I feel like it's very rewarding to teach the children, but at the same time, I'm also learning alongside them and from them. And for that, I'm very grateful to Swami for blessing me with this opportunity to be on this path. Sai Ram.
My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest Lord Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Dearest elders, brothers, sisters and children, Jai Sai Ram. Cambridge Sai Centre is one of the youngest centres in the UK. We started SSC in January 2020. In March, due to the lockdown, we started virtual SSC lessons. Through Swami's grace, we've had 100% attendance every week. One of the advantages of having the virtual lessons was that parents were part of every lesson, reinforcing the tripartite relationship that SSC strives to build. Long after the Sunday afternoon SSC lessons, discussions still continued at the Sunday dinner table, and parents were involved in projects and homework. Some children were so enthusiastic about SSC that they inspired relatives living abroad to enroll for SSC classes in their country. I was contacted to help find local Sai centers offering SSC. This is the love and grace of Swami. It's been a phenomenal journey of spiritual growth and learning for me as an SSC Guru. I see and feel Swami in the smiles of every child, and especially when they say thank you at the end of every lesson. When we closed for the summer holidays, the children were disappointed and asked if I could continue teaching during the holidays. Such is the enthusiasm. I remain ever grateful to Swami for giving me the opportunity to serve in his sacred organization. SSC molds children into adults with strong character and spiritual values so that they become exemplary world citizens. Jai Sai Ram.
I would like to offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Lord Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Sai Ram, respected elders, uncles, aunties, brothers and sisters. I'm Prashanti Ganeshwaran and going into my second year of university. When asked why at the young age of 19 I have chosen to get involved in SSC and help my SSC gurus as an assistant, I was really excited to share my experiences with you. So, to help me succinctly unpack my SSC experience, I have a few questions to guide me. How did I join SSC? Well, in April this year, I was advised by one of our SSC gurus, Madhawanti, to attend an SSC lesson, as I had never actually been to one before. From a young age, my family had always instilled in us the values of Swami, and I was really excited to learn more about Baba's teachings. This first lesson was the beginning of a transformative journey, and I'm so eternally grateful for the opportunity given by Swami through my ever-loving Madhawanti. What is my experience of SSC? For me, SSC is such a wonderful and inclusive place to grow as a young adult. I have the blessing of working with my inspiring SSC gurus, Madhawanti, Tuari Uncle, Suman Auntie and Rupa Auntie. Together we love working as a team to create lessons for our SSC children. Being part of such a humble team has allowed me to develop really instrumental skills such as communication, which are important for me to be a more valuable citizen in our community. Another aspect of SSC that I greatly look forward to every week is the interaction with our wonderful SSE children. As I teach our nursery group, their simplicity and curiosity allow me to look at life through spectacles of innocence, where even the smallest joys are magnified to bring about such immense bliss. As Swami has always lovingly guided us, it's so important to be, do, then tell. So, with Swami's grace, I try to lead a purposeful life where I put into practice the 5 human values. Thus, my younger SSE brothers and sisters can see how happy life can be if we follow these values, so gracefully implemented by our beloved Swami. Why SSE? Well, joining SSE was like being welcomed into a huge, loving family. Whether I'd known someone for a while or had just met them from another centre, the thread of pure love that runs so beautifully through our region allows all of us to come together as one Sai family and serve Swami as his children. This core principle of pure love blossoms into the essential sub-values of respect, being kind and being caring, shown so humbly by everyone. It serves as evidence for the feeling that we all feel a part of one family of Region 3, the region of love. Although I still may have the same life that I've led thus far, since joining SSE, it has changed in so many profound ways. The ability to explore and develop my love for Swami in a plethora of ways reflects the slow but steady transformation of leading a more purposeful life with the sole aim to love all and serve all. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you about my SSE experience. I would also like to give my heartfelt gratitude to our beloved Swami for his abundant grace. I pray that you will have a very happy and blessed Krishna Janmashtami. Jai Sai Ram.
My name is Tony Miller, and I have the privilege to be one of the staff members at the Whitechapel Mission. We've been here 145 years, and our role is to care for those most vulnerable people who sleep rough on the streets each night. Now, we're living in difficult times. Nobody's quite sure what's happening, and for those who are on the street, who are just desperate for food, desperate for assistance, places like the Whitechapel Mission have to remain open. As the Whitechapel Mission cares for an increasing number of the most vulnerable guests during this virus, we remain committed to the health, safety and well-being of all. Our guests who are experiencing homelessness don't have the option to stay at home to avoid risks to themselves or others. So we are reliant on friends like you who choose to give generously. We are closely monitoring the coronavirus, as well as proactively seeking and following the latest guidance from governments and other community partners. And we are thankful to our supporters who help us make it possible to continue this work. We continue to offer our essential services, over 40,000 meals served in the last 10 weeks. Our response balances the consideration that our guests are highly vulnerable to many challenges. Organisations like ours have a duty to care and not prematurely suspend potentially life-saving services. We are seeing many new faces with many new worries, people who are desperately in need of food, shelter, advice, and the hope offered by the Whitechapel Mission. People in need will be welcomed at the Whitechapel Mission. I want to offer a huge thank you to our friends at the Sathya Sai International Centre for supporting us by allowing us to be able to give lunches 3 times a week to go along with our cooked breakfast. I know many people, knowing that you have donated the night before, want to be first in the queue to make sure not only do they get that breakfast, but they have a lunch to take away with them. Thank you. It's because of people like you that we can still serve, we can still be here.
Dear brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Brother Sanjay Vaja, President of Region 5. Brother Sanjay has held various roles in the organization since his journey began with Swami in 1998. He is a keen poet and we have invited him to share a poem written for this wonderful occasion. He insists that it is Swami who writes them, not him. It was written in the early hours of this morning when he could not fall asleep and words began to flow. The poem is entitled Flute. We welcome Brother Sanjay. Jai Sai Ram.
Jai Sai Ram, everyone. This poem is entitled Flute. Krishna's flute is always by his side, always ready to serve with no ego or pride. What's the flute story? I'd really like to know. What happened once upon a time, a long time ago? One day Lord Krishna to the bamboo did ask, I need your help, for you I have a very special task. You will be cut, and in you holes I will drill, but as my flute, many hearts you will thrill. You'll be by my side night and day. I'll bring you to my lips, many melodies will play. Will you give me your life for this very special task? Bamboo, what do you say to this question I ask? My Lord, take my life, it was yours from the start. I'm blessed if in your mission I can play a small part. In your hands I'll be held when you cut and you drill. I love you and trust you, do with me what you will. Let me be always hollow, always ready to serve. Only you know, my Lord, what it is I deserve. So the bamboo gave its life to the Lord, how brave. To be Krishna's flute, how we all now do crave. We should be like the flute, hollow, always ready. Our trust and our faith, always strong, always steady. Life's experiences are our wholes so unique. Playing different songs, our orchestra sounds so sweet. Surrender to the Lord, he knows for us what is best. Accept what he gives, especially all our tests. Trust him with everything, happy we will be. Happy birthday, sweet Krishna. Happy Janmashtami. I think I've got time to read it again, just in case. So I'll read it again. Krishna's flute is always by his side, always ready to serve with no ego or pride. What's the flute story? I'd really like to know. What happened once upon a time, a long time ago? One day Lord Krishna to the bamboo did ask, I need your help, for you have a very special task. You will be cut, and in you holes I will drill, but as my flute, many hearts you will thrill. You'll be by my side, night and day. I'll bring you to my lips, many melodies will play. Will you give me your life for this very special task? Bamboo, what do you say to this question I ask? My Lord, take my life, it was yours from the start. I'm blessed if in your mission I can play a small part. In your hands I'll be held when you cut and you drill. I love you and trust you, do with me what you will. Let me be always hollow, always ready to serve. Only you know, my Lord, what it is I deserve. So the bamboo gave its life to the Lord, how brave. To be Krishna's flute, how we all now do crave. We should be like the flute, hollow, always ready. Our trust and our faith, always strong, always steady. Life's experiences are our wholes so unique. Playing different songs, our orchestra sounds so sweet. Surrender to the Lord, he knows for us what is best. Accept what he gives, especially all our tests. Trust him with everything, happy we will be. Happy birthday, sweet Krishna. Happy Janmashtami. Jai Sai Ram.
Dear brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. Our final program is a vocal offering of a selection of Krishna bhajans and songs sung by Satish Kumar and Darshan Kumar, father and son, accompanied by Brother Manan on harmonium and Brother Nayan on tabla. Brother Satish is a Sundaram Sai singer and had sung in front of Swami on numerous occasions. Brother Satish currently serves as our National Bhajan Coordinator. Brother Darshan has completed Swami's SSE program and is now a Sai young adult. We welcome Brother Satish and Brother Darshan. Jai Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. We would like to thank Ganesh for this great opportunity. We will be offering some songs along with some bhajans as well this session, and we are supported by Manan on harmonium, and Nayan on tabla. Thank you. We start with two stotrams. Start with Krishnashtakam, and then we will sing Madhurashtakam, followed by some devotional songs and bhajans.
Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Adasi Pushpa Sankasham Haranupura Shobhitam Ratna Kankana Keyuram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Ratna Kankana Keyuram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Vilalaka Samyuktam Purna Chandra Nibhananam Vilasat Kundaladharam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Mandara Gandha Samyuktam Charuhasam Chaturbhujam Barhi Pinchava Chudangam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Barhi Pinchava Chudangam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Ukkulla Padma Padraksham Neelajibhuta Sannibham Yadavanam Shiroratnam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Yadavanam Shiroratnam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Vinikeli Samyuktam Vivikambara Sushobhitam Avapta Tulasi Gandham Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Gopikanam Kuchadvandva Kunkumakitashasam Sriniketam Maheshwasam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Sriniketam Maheshwasam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Srivatsankam Mahorasam Vanamala Virajitam Shankachakradharam Devam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Shankar चक्रधरं देवं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं साई कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं साई कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णाष्टकमिदं पुण्यं प्रातरुत्थाय यः पठेत् कोटिजन्मकृतं पापं स्मरणेन विनश्यति स्मरणेन विनश्यति अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुरः पाणिर्मधुरः पादो मधुरो नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं करणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं रमणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं गुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीची मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं सृष्टं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं गो गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् गिरिधरनागर कुंज विहारी गिरिधरनागर कुंज विहारी गिरिधरनागर कुंज विहारी गिरिधरनागर कुंज विहारी मधुवन संचारी पति विहारी मधुवन संचारी पति विहारी मधुवन संचारी पति विहारी मधुवन संचारी पति विहारी गिरिधरनागर कुंज विहारी गिरिधरनागर कुंज विहारी श्यामल सुंदर मयूर मुकुटधर श्यामल सुंदर मयूर मुकुटधर श्यामल सुंदर मयूर मुकुटधर श्यामल सुंदर मयूर मुकुटधर पंकजलोचन माधव मोहन पंकजलोचन माधव मोहन पंकजलोचन माधव मोहन पंकजलोचन माधव मोहन मधुवन संचारी परति विहारी 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 गिरिधरनागर कुंज विहारी राधा समेता कृष्णा जय राधा समेता कृष्णा जय राधा समेता कृष्णा समेता कृष्णा समेता कृष्णा समेता कृष्णा राधा समेता कृष्णा जय राधा समेता कृष्णा समेता कृष्णा समेता कृष्णा समेता कृष्णा राधा समेता कृष्णा नंद कुमारा नंद कुमारा नवनीत चोरा नंद कुमारा नवनीत चोरा नंद कुमारा नवनीत चोरा नंद कुमारा नवनीत चोरा वृंदावन गोविंद मुरारे वृंदावन गोविंद मुरारे वृंदावन गोविंद मुरारे राधा समेता कृष्णा समेता कृष्णा समेता कृष्णा राधा समेता कृष्णा गोपी मनोहर गोकुलवासा गोपी मनोहर गोकुलवासा गोपी मनोहर गोकुलवासा शोभित मुरली गान विलासा शोभित मुरली गान विलासा सुंदर मन्मथ कोटि प्रकाशा सुंदर मन्मथ कोटि प्रकाशा सुंदर मन्मथ कोटि प्रकाशा राधा समेता कृष्णा जय राधा समेता कृष्णा समेता कृष्णा समेता कृष्णा समेता कृष्णा राधा समेता कृष्णा मुरलीधर गोपाल मधुरा
मुरलीधर गोपाल मधुरा
मुरलीधर गोपाल मधुरा
मुरलीधर गोपाल मधुरा
मेघरूप हरि मानस चोरा
मेघरूप हरि मानस चोरा मेघरूप हरि मानस चोरा मेघरूप हरि मानस चोरा मुरलीधर गोपाल मधुरा मुरलीधर गोपाल मधुरा राधा माधव वृंद विहारा राधा माधव वृंद विहारा राधा माधव वृंद विहारा राधा माधव वृंद विहारा आनंद घन रूप नाम मधुरा 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 मुरलीधर गोपाल मधुरा ನರ ಜನ್ಮ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾಲಿಗೆ ಇರುವಾಗ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯನ ಬಾರದೆ 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 ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಎಂದರ ಸಕಲ ಕಷ್ಟವು ಪರಿಹಾರ 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 ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯನ ಬಾರದೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯನ ಬಾರದೆ ನರ ಜನ್ಮ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾಲಿಗೆ ಇರುವಾಗ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯನ ಬಾರದೆ ನರ ಜನ್ಮ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾಲಿಗೆ ಇರುವಾಗ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯನ ಬಾರದೆ ಸ್ನಾನ ಪಾನ ಜಪ ತಪಗಳು ಮಾಡುತ್ತ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯನ ಬಾರದೆ ಸ್ನಾನ ಪಾನ ಜಪ ತಪಗಳು ಮಾಡುತ್ತ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯನ ಬಾರದೆ ಶಾಲ್ಯಾನ ಶದ್ರಸ ದಿಂದು ದೃಪವನಾಗಿ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ಗರುಡ ಗಮನ ನಮ್ಮ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯನ ಬಾರದೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯನ ಬಾರದೆ ನರ ಜನ್ಮ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾಲಿಗೆ ಇರುವಾಗ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯನ ಬಾರದೆ ನರ ಜನ್ಮ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾಲಿಗೆ ಇರುವಾಗ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯನ ಬಾರದೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯನ ಬಾರದೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾಯನ ಬಾರದೆ
குழலூதிகீதை பொழியும் தேவா
குழலூதிகீதை பொழியும் தேவா
குழலூதிகீதை பொழியும் தேவா
குழலூதிகீதை பொழியும் தேவா
கோபியருள்ளம் புகுந்த தேவா
புகுந்த தேவா
கோபியருள்ளம் புகுந்த தேவா
புகுந்த தேவா
பர்த்தியில் பதம் வைத்த சாயி கிருஷ்ணா
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 சாயி கிருஷ்ணா சாயி கிருஷ்ணா
சாயி கிருஷ்ணா சாயி கிருஷ்ணா
சாயி கிருஷ்ணா சாயி கிருஷ்ணா
சாயி கிருஷ்ணா சாயி கிருஷ்ணா
பர்த்தியில் பதம் வைத்த சாயி கிருஷ்ணா
பர்த்தியில் பதம் வைத்த சாயி கிருஷ்ணா
ஷிரடி கிருஷ்ணா பர்த்தி கிருஷ்ணா
ஷிரடி கிருஷ்ணா பர்த்தி கிருஷ்ணா
ஷிரடி கிருஷ்ணா பர்த்தி கிருஷ்ணா
ஷிரடி கிருஷ்ணா பர்த்தி கிருஷ்ணா
குழலூதிகீதை பொழியும் தேவா கோபியருள்ளம் புகுந்த தேவா
कृष्ण मुकुंद गोविंद गिरिधर
कृष्ण मुकुंद गोविंद गिरिधर
कृष्ण मुकुंद गोविंद गिरिधर
मुरली मोहन नारायण
पर्ति पुरंदर नारायण
पर्ति पुरंदर नारायण
पर्ति पुरंदर नारायण
पर्ति पुरंदर नारायण
माधव श्री हरि मंदर गिरिधारी
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 गोविंद मुरहरि नारायण
गोविंद मुरहरि नारायण
हरि गोविंद मुरहरि नारायण
साई गोविंद मुरहरि नारायण
पर्ति पुरंदर 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 नारायण
हरि पर्ति पुरंदर नारायण
कृष्ण मुकुंद गोविंद गिरिधर श्याम सुंदर हरि गोविंद बोलो
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 गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल 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 बोलो
श्याम सुंदर हरि गोविंद बोलो
श्याम सुंदर हरि गोविंद बोलो
मदन मोहन प्रभु 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 गोविंद बोलो
कमल नयन प्रभु गोपाल 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 बोलो
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद 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 बोलो
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद गोपी गोपाल बाल रास मंडल माई गोपी गोपाल बाल रास मंडल माई ताता तेईता सुगंध निरतत कई भाई गोपी गोपाल बाल रास मंडल माई ताता तेईता सुगंध निरतत कहीं भाई गोपी गोपाल बाल रास मंडल माई ध्रुम 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 मृदंग ध्रुम 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 मृदंग चननननन रूप रंग ध्रुम 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 मृदंग चननननन रूप रंग त्रिगता त्रिगताल तंग त्रिगता त्रिगताल तंग पुघट तरसनाई गोपी गोपाल बाल रास मंडल माई ताता तेईता सुगंध निरतत कहीं भाई गोपी गोपाल बाल रास मंडल माई हरि राधा मुख शरग चंद्र राधा मुख शरक चंद्र पूंजत कलश मानत श्रीरज चंद्र लटक 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 श्रीरज चंद्र लटक लटक तरस मुकुट छाई गोपी गोपाल बाल रास मंडल माई ताता तेईता सुगंध निरतत कहीं भाई गोपी गोपाल बाल रास मंडल माई हरि तकिट तकिट यमुना नीर यमुना 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 नीर यमुना तकिट तकिट यमुना नीर तग मृग जग मग शरीर तकिट तकिट यमुना नीर तग मृग जग मग शरीर बलि बलि जय सूरदास बलि बलि जय सूरदास दास सुखति हारे गोपी गोपाल बाल रास मंडल माई ताता तेईता सुगंध निरतत कहीं भाई गोपी गोपाल बाल रास मंडल माई रास मंडल माई रास मंडल माई हरि वनमाली राधा रमणा गिरिधारी गोविंद
वनमाली राधा रमणा गिरिधारी गोविंद
नीलमेघ सुंदर नारायण गोविंद
नीलमेघ सुंदर नारायण गोविंद
वनमाली राधा रमणा गिरिधारी गोविंद
राधा रमणा गिरिधारी गोविंद
भक्त हृदय मंदारा भानुकोटि सुंदरा
हृदय मंदारा भानुकोटि सुंदरा
नंद नंद गोप वृंद नारायण गोविंद
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 हरि नारायण गोविंद
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 हरि नारायण गोविंद
नारायण गोविंद
हरि 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 नारायण गोविंद
नारायण गोविंद
ओम नारायण 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 गोविंद नारायण
नारायण नारायण गोविंद
ओम नमो नारायण हरि 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 ओम नमो नारायण 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 गोविंद नारायण 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 गोविंद नारायण 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 गोविंद वनमाली राधा रमणा गिरिधारी गोविंद शांति 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 समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शांति शांति शांति
Sarah.
गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय Krishna Jai, Krishna Jai, Krishna Jai, Krishna Jai, Krishna 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 Jai. Govinda Krishna Jai, Gopala Krishna Jai. Govinda Krishna Jai, Gopala Krishna Jai, Gopala
Mm-hmm.